Hi guys, Tatiana is here. Today I want to share with you a few tips and tricks about how to play Mustang Sally on the bass. You probably remember that famous chorus, "Run Sally run," don't you? Many bassists learn this song in their bands, it's quite a popular one. Recently I published a video playing this song on the bass, the version by The Commitments. Originally, that part was performed by Paul Bushnell on the bass guitar. Sometimes when I make videos playing a song on the bass guitar, I leave comments on the screen, but this time I decided to go without the comments and make a separate video about how to play this song. Okay, first about the plucking hand and then about the fretboard hand. To get a kind of muted and soft sound, I put my plucking hand closer to the fretboard. I base my thumb on the neck, here. In classical music, people usually call it with an Italian term. It's sul tasta. It means you play just above the fretboard. But usually it's about where you move your bow. You can move it above the neck or closer to the bridge or in between, and the sound is different. On the bass guitar, we normally don't use a bow, but the principle is the same. You can move your hand and play in different positions. There are several different options of how to play this song on the bass guitar. For example, you can do this. It's because we have different versions of the recording, by The Commitments, by Wilson Pickett, by Bruce Springsteen, Chaka Khan and John Fogerty, by Buddy Guy, by Jimmy Barnes, and maybe even more. It's really funny when people say this is the correct version of the bass part and all the other versions are wrong. In music, nothing is wrong at all, guys. Everyone can make their own versions, and if they sound good with the bands and their styles, it's all correct. I've watched a few videos with different approaches, and some people even tried to use AI to separate the bass part from a particular recording to make it absolutely clear. I'm not a big fan of using AI for that. I do use it for some tasks, and probably we all do these days, but for music, thank you, I have my own ears. And if something doesn't sound completely clear in the recording, most likely it's supposed to sound like this. My message is, if you want to play close to the original, play what you do here. Keep the feeling of a song, or make your own version. Okay, the song is based on the simplest blues-like structure, and it has only 3 chords. The bass part is based on the arpeggio of the 7th chords. The first riff is the tonic, or number 1 chord. It's C in this version. The chord is major. It uses the tonic, C, the introductory F sharp to get to the note G, which is a part of a C major chord. You remember the triad C, E, G, and this is G also. This is the octave. And the note B, which is a dominant 7 in the tonic chord. It has 2 frets to reach the tonic. When the chord changes to F, which is subdominant or 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, this is F, this is F. You play this. It's a tonic, F. The B flat comes from the scale of the C 7th chord, and B flat serves as an introduction to the note C, which is number 5 in the F major chord. The F major chord looks like F, the open string A and C. And if you make it 7th, you play E flat. It's a dominant 7, which has 2 frets just before the next F. And all of these notes except for A, which is replaced with B flat, are the arpeggio. When we have a dominant chord of 5, which is G in C major key, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, G's here and G's here, it's the same. You have this riff. Again, this is the tonic for G. The C sharp is the introduction to D, which is a part of the G major chord arpeggio. And the 7th, that comes to G again. That's an interesting passage going to F chord next. Usually people use a semitone to come to the note from under it, but here you come there from above. It's not typical and it sounds interesting. In the verses 3 and 4, the riff changes a bit. You don't just repeat one bar structure for the C major chord, but you have a 2-bar structure. However, it's still very simple. Now about the interesting bass passages in this song. You don't have to learn all of them very precisely, you can use just 1 or 2 of them, or you can always make up your own ones. However, I think it's interesting to analyze how the bass player played those places on the recording. First, each time when you go from C major chord to F major chord, it's slightly different. Second, when you change from C to G, the passage varies. Then on the chord G, which lasts for 2 bars, there are some variations. There are the usual ones. And this one is my favorite. And the last, at the end of a verse, before starting a new one, there is a passage on the chord C which varies. It's interesting that it can use the minor third for the major chord. The chord is C major, but we can use the minor third sometimes, and this is a very bluesy thing, because actually blues is ambivalent for major and minor, and very often you can use the minor thirds for the major chords. In the coda, or the last section of the song, when you just repeat the C major chord, you can add some passages at the 4th bar, as the bass player did in the commitments. All the passages and all the riffs in this song are based on the chord notes, or arpeggio. I'm pretty sure that Paul Bushnell didn't think of them too much, and he just used his skill of making up the bass lines with the chord notes. He improvised most of the passages and they sounded great. So my recommendation for all of us bassists is to learn how to play the chord notes or arpeggio on the bass guitar and incorporate them into our bass lines. It's such a cool thing to do, and it brings fun, drive and simplicity. If you want to get the music sheet and the tabs for this song, the link is under this video. You are welcome to leave a comment about what you think about the bass part in this song. Press a like button if you like it and subscribe if you want. And I will see you next time. Happy practicing!